Huh? What it do? What it does? What's up? This your boy, Black Earl, aka Dr. H.A.A.S, and this is the Doctor's Orders Podcast. This is episode 2, man. We coming at y'all back to back. I know I said this thing was gonna be bi-weekly, but shit. Folks been jamming, I say jamming, but folks been catching on to what's really going on, man. People digging this. Like, man, we ain't trying. When the next one comes, all right, cool. We gonna come at you pretty much every week, man. We gonna try to keep this thing weekly. If I go by weekly, if I skip a week or two, man, look, my bad. All right, your boy busy. Your boy got moves we making. Okay. So anyway, love each and every one of y'all for tuning in and giving your boy your ear for the night, or the morning, or the evening, or whatever time you decide to jam this thing. Cause that's what I love about podcast game, man. Real talk. Let's branch off and talk about that for a second. Everybody want to call it a radio show. A radio show. Man, it's not a radio show. This is not on the radio, cuz. Listen. Radio you listen to in the car when you driving to work or something. You're listening to radio programming. Hence what it's called, programming. It is basically what the industry says is going to be hot. It's what America and the higher ups say they want you to hear or be informed about. That's what you listening to on the radio. It's what they say. But when it comes to God bless technology, man, and the wave of social media and the whole podcasting game in general, you can pretty much put what you want to put out. As an artist and a producer, you can put out what you want to put out, and as the audience, as the consumer, you guys have the choice to listen to what you want to listen to. You ain't got to hear nothing that you don't want to hear. So that speaks volumes that you guys tune in to Doctor's Orders, because you don't have to listen to this. See, that's what's great about it. If you want to jam it, if you want to listen to it and tune in, you click the link. You know what I'm saying? And it plays. None of that. Oh, you scroll past it, it's spitting at you. None of that. Spamming you, sending it all in your email. Like, I will promote it. I will let you know it's there, and the rest is up to you. So once again, thank each and every one of y'all. We gonna go somewhere with this thing, man. It's 2018. We doing this for the Beyond game. We doing this for the legacy. So in the future, man, I know right now it's gonna be a little boring, man. I know some of y'all like, man, this nigga E be all on the laid back and he just talking, and some of you guys want to hear the message I gotta say, and that's cool. I feel that, and some of you guys just tune in just to support your boy, and I respect that and love that too. Thank each and every one of y'all. But I can understand it gets monotonous with just one person's voice. So we will have guests. Just give me a minute. We launching. We got big things going on, man. Shout out to the big bro Lux Caesar, man. He came holler at me a little while ago, man. So he definitely wants to be a part of a few episodes, a handful of episodes. So we'll definitely have that. We also will have a very close friend of mine, Mr. C.B. Freeman. He will be in here speaking his mind. For you guys that's local to our area and beyond our parish and our state, I'm sure you've already received some wise words from Mr. Freeman already. He's a very strong person, and actually has a very strong following, and I don't think he realizes that. But he will definitely be on the podcast, speaking his mind, doing big things. And of course, my partner in crime, one of my very first mentors in the game, Mr. Ski Bear, will definitely be involved in Buku episodes, the same as my day one, Lil Black. So we got a plethora of people coming through this thing and gonna speak their mind and spend a little time with their boy on the podcast. But for now, it's just me, and I'm gonna run it how I run it, cause I do it how I do it, and nobody do it like I do it, cause that's me. I'm talking about Black Girl, aka Dr. H.A.A.S. So yeah, man, jumping right off into it. The daily diagnosis. A little sports news to start off. We're going to keep it at home first. The New Orleans Saints. We keeping Drew Brees 2 more years, y'all. Give him $50 million. $50 million. It's a lot of money, bro. Let's just keep it real. That's a lot of money, but that's Drew Brees, man. I don't give a damn. This is the greatest of all time, if you ask me. I mean, Tom Brady is the man. I'll give him that. Super Bowls wise, can't touch him. I'll give him MVPs. But look at them passing records, man. Who got the most yards, man? Who got the most touchdown passes, man? Peyton Manning. Who's right behind him? Drew Brees. So I'm just glad that we got him, man. 2 more years, man. We got some fire. We had some fire rookies this past season. Them boys about to shut some shit down, man. We did big things. So, yeah, shout out to him. Legendary, Hall of Famer. It happens, man. Big checks. Speaking of big checks, your boy Kirk Cousins finally got his payoff. But it wasn't with the Redskins, my people. 3 years, $84 million. Man, this is the big kicker. All guaranteed, man. All of it guaranteed, man. So, that's a lot of bread, bro. Let's just keep it gangster. That's a lot of bread. So, yeah, shout out to him. No longer a Washington Redskin. He is now a Minnesota Viking, man. I'm still salty because the Vikings wound up winning that game to go to the NFC Championship this past year. They beat us. They beat the Saints. But I ain't tripping because they got shellacked in the NFC Championship. So I see why they were trying to bust a move for the quarterback. So shout out to them. I still don't want to see y'all beat us. So we'll see how that works out for you guys. Sticking with football, last time I was on, man, I was telling y'all about LSU alum Jarvis Landry, how he had just signed the franchise ticket, got his break. Well, scratch that. He gave it back. The Browns signed him. I don't have the year or the money. I forgot. I didn't, but at the same time, just to clarify that he is no longer with the Miami Dolphins. He is now a Cleveland Brown. We praying for him. We hope that the Browns can win a game. They just picked up somebody else, though. I can't remember who, man. They making moves, though. The Cleveland Browns making moves, bro. So watch out for them. We're going to get up out of football right quick. Tennis. How about tennis? Check this out. Venus beat Serena in straight sets. 6-3, 6-4 in the round of 32 in the BNP Paribas Open. I've never heard of that tournament before, but undoubtedly it's something major because it's been, it's been in the news. So, yeah, she beat her sister. A lot of us, my age, we used to seeing Serena beat Venus all the time. But to be honest, Venus has dominated the friendly rivalry, the sisterly rivalry. So, yeah, shout out to Venus. She got it done. Real Talk Records. Sticking to sports, going to basketball. March Madness is upon us. The tournaments are on and popping, man. It's really going down. We're trying to see who's going to take this Final Four, men and women's. Barack Obama, President Obama, released both of his brackets this year. He's picking Michigan State for the men's bracket and, of course, UConn in the women's bracket. They like damn near undefeated like every year. Like, you really just can't fuck with UConn. I'ma just be 100 about it. You can't fuck with them. But yeah, man. As for President Obama, he got both of them right last year. He had picked UNC, North Carolina, basically. He picked North Carolina for the men's and UConn for the women, and he was right. They both took home the championships. So shout out to you, Mr. President. I ride for 44. I don't know about 45 right now, but that's another subject. So shout out to President Obama, and good luck to everybody participating in those NCAA tournaments. And for those of you that didn't make it to the NCAA tournament, to the big dance, as they nickname it, and you might be playing in something like the NIT, good luck to you guys also, because, I mean, some of the greatest players to play the game had to go through that tournament in college. I don't know any off the top of my dome, but, they're out there. So you do the research. Google it. In other news, man, we're going to go entertainment with the hip-hop route. It's much sadder news. Flavor in Your Ear rapper. I don't know if you knew. I'm 31, so I might have been 6 or 7 or 8. Probably 8. Whenever, like, Flavor in Your Ear came out and it was real hot. It was like him and Biggie He was on Bad Boy, and him and Biggie kind of had a double single release, and you guys see Notorious, y'all know what went on. But anyway, sadly he passed away this week. He died at 47 years old, man, of congestive heart failure. He was in his home in South Carolina. So thoughts and prayers out to the family of Craig Mack. It's always tragic to lose a hip hop great like that. To me, you could consider him somewhat of a pioneer because he was one of the first big artists on Bad Boy. So everybody remembers that era, and that was like true hip hop. So keep the family of Mr. Craig Mack in you guys' prayers. One of the few to rap under his actual government name. Also, he didn't have a flashy alias or anything. He was just straight up and down. So we will be keeping the family in our thoughts and prayers. So moving on from the daily diagnosis, we're gonna jump right off into this double dose, man. Now, on the real, the topic of discussion for today with our double dose, man, this one real near and dear to my heart because I'm surrounded by some people that I love very, very much that tend to always be worrying about what's going on around them rather than what's going on with them. And most of the time, it's when people are so frustrated that things aren't going right for them, they start focusing on what the next man or woman doing, what they got or how they got it or whatever. And to me, I got a saying for that because I can relate it all to the freeway system. You know what I'm talking about? You riding on the freeway and you in your own car and you going somewhere and you in your own lane. So today's double dose and topic for today's episode is stay in your own lane. Literally pay attention to your lane, where you going, and only where you going. The best way to think about it is like this. All right, let's paint the picture for you. You on the freeway, and there's 5 lanes of traffic. Fine. I'm talking about if you're in the city, you know what I'm saying? I know right where I'm at in Eunice and Appaloosa, there ain't no 2-3 lane of traffic at the most, Lafayette. But if you in BRNO, Houston, 4-5 lanes, 6 lane traffic, gone, zooming. Everybody got their own place to go, their own destination. But here's the key, man. You got to pay attention to what you doing. Yeah, it's good to be aware of, let's so say, traffic. And by traffic, I'm meaning it's good to be aware of what's going on around you. Who's doing what? How are people moving? How are they operating? At what speed and whatnot? That's somewhat okay to gauge that. Because when you're on the freeway, you need to do the same. You need to peep game and see what's going on. And make sure that you're not, going head first into no danger. There's a lot of reasons why you need to scan your road and be familiar with your surroundings just for safety, to make sure that you're doing what's in compliant with everybody around you, not necessarily saying doing what they doing, but so that you don't cause catastrophic damage by going in the opposite direction of the way something is supposed to already go, and or if you ain't paying attention to the direction that you're intended to go, you might be in the wrong lane, is what I'm saying. If you go in the opposite direction and it's causing destruction, you in the wrong lane. You're going the wrong way. You need to be in another lane, on the other side of the road, going in that direction. You feel what I'm saying? It's nothing with conformity and following the leader like you may think when I'm talking about the freeway system. Like, okay, I can put another example out there. I'm your Uber driver, and you're in the car with your children. You tell me you need to get to point B. Okay, we're at point A. You need to get to point B. Let's ride. It's a long ride on the freeway. We got cars zooming. There's traffic. You got to pay attention to what you're doing. But if I'm driving this car and all I keep doing is glancing over, I'm in the middle, 3rd lane. I'm looking over there in the fast lane, over there in the 5th lane, close to the barricade. I'm watching them zoom by. I'm not even watching my lane. Like, I'm not even riding and paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm just focused on them. How safe do you feel? Real talk. Like, if I'm never looking where I'm going, but I'm constantly paying attention to what's going on around me. I go look over there to the far right lane and see who getting off, where they getting off at, trying to get to off at the exit they getting off at, following the leader. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be focusing on the lane I'm in. As long as I'm in motion, you get it? As long as I'm in motion, I'm supposed to be paying attention to the lane that I am in, and only the lane that I am in. If I'm not doing that, I'm not reaching my destination safely or at all. If I'm not following those simple instructions, I will either destroy myself before I get to point B, or I will definitely end up somewhere that I didn't intend to be by following somebody else that had a different destination. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, because I'm dead serious about the exit route. Like, that all plays into what I'm discussing about this freeway scenario that I'm giving you. Like, peep game about it, man. Peep game. There are no shortcuts to get where you going. You dig? You can't just exit off the freeway and go through some little side roads and make a left, right, left, and then it doesn't work that way. It won't ever work that way. I mean, what's gonna happen is you gonna slow yourself down. You gonna end up cutting through the wrong part of town. You dig? You gonna make a couple of decisions you weren't supposed to make. It's gonna slow you down from getting to point B. You may get lost en route to get to point B because it's not as familiar as what you had planned to go, the route you had planned to take. So just stayed on the damn freeway and be patient. But no, niggas want shortcuts. So, or you done took an exit that you wasn't trying to jump on. And there ain't no easy exit either. Ain't no just I'ma stay in the middle of the freeway and I'ma just jump on this one lane that's gonna zoom me out here. Like, nah. Like, if you miss your exit, my nigga, you got to ride it out until the next exit. Turn yourself around and get started again. But people don't want to ride it out to the next exit. They just think they can jump on and off this freeway at will and expect to be in the same place. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. You will be bypassed. People will be zooming past you, or you will destroy yourself before you get to point B. That's how it works. There's no way that you can get up every day, focus on your own kids, focus on your spouse, focus on your dreams, focus on your job, all at the same time, while focusing on someone else's initiatives. Like, how can you do that? It's impossible. I'm hustle always, ain't stopping. I am Dr. H.A.A.S. I ain't no Kevin Gates though, cause I do get sleep and I do get tired. So real talk, man. I can't work without having some type of help. Mind over matter, and the mind over matter, the help that I'm discussing, number one is God. I definitely have to keep my tank full, if that makes sense. But sometimes I just need my partner. I need my partner in crime in whatever I'm doing. When it comes to my job, I need my managers. When it comes to my household with my child, I need Dana. When it comes to making these moves with the music, man, I need my big brother like Caesar as a mentor to give me the game and let me know if I'm doing the right thing. I need Ski Bear, right hand by my side, giving me the same game plan and experience that he's been giving me since the days of QTP when I was 15, 16 years old. Sometimes you need a partner to make moves to get past the traffic and the rough times. And that would be similar to, say, taking the HOV lane, the carpool lane. There are occasions when that is necessary. It's just at the same time that all of this is going on, you can't pay attention and be in multiple lanes at a time. You can only do your own thing. You can only drive your route. And you got to maintain, man. Don't get caught up in no lane that's too fast for you. Don't get caught up in no lane that's too slow for you either, because then that's going to cause conflict of interest, and that's when accidents happen. It's a cold, cold world out there. And that's another thing. While we on the subject, like, things happen on the road. There's wrecks that cause traffic jams. There's blowout tires. There's road rage. There's all sorts of things, man. There's obstacles, man. Things fall off of trucks, and there's obstacles, man. So don't think because you see a clear road ahead that is all good. Anything can happen between point A and point B, and it will destroy your will. I mean, just let's keep it real. It will not. It will make you not want to keep going, or it'll cause you to catch a flat, and you got to stop. I catch flats all the time in my life, trying to do the things that I feel like I'm accomplish my own goals or whatnot. It takes time out of nigga pocket, man. Real talk, to do the things that I want to do, and when you don't have a full tank, if you will, if you don't have the word of God, and if you don't have the proper rest, you ain't gonna get none of this done. And if you keep minding other people's business, you ain't gonna get none of this done. If you keep watching the other lane, you will crash. And if you're moving too fast, you will get pulled over. Real talk. You have to take your time. You have to move at your pace. You can't take no easy exits. And you have to obey the signs too. I didn't speak on that one, but that's probably a whole nother episode. To obey the signs, but it's just as truthful, man. You have to obey the signs. You can't go out of bounds. So that's what I mean by staying in your own lane. You can't go and buy the clothing or the car or the home that the next man got because they got it. Like a lot of you niggas out here going broke and working a job you don't want to work at, to buy shit that you can't afford, to impress people that you hate any damn way. So how is that winning, my nigga? You tell me how that's winning, my nigga. I'm as humble as it get, man. This is the same nigga, bro. All I do is wear t-shirts and dickies and a work uniform and drive the little family car. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, I was riding hoodoo. Like, nigga, keep it real. I'm humble pie, my nigga. I don't need the biggest, baddest, nothing. And on top of it all, get this. I don't care what's happening in a lane on the left of the right or on the right of me. I'm only worried about what's ahead. I'm not looking in my rear view. I'm not concerned about what's happening to the left or the right of me. If I see somebody pass me up, we gonna wind up at the same stoplight. What the fuck ever. We'll end up in the same destination if that's where we're headed. If you get there before me, good. But who knows? You might just be you might be on the destination you driving to. You might just be visiting that destination. I plan on settling there. So who's gonna spend the most time at the destination? We'll see in the long run, I guess. But it's all very eerie to me and very scary how it's this whole life scenario about how you deal with people socially and your peers, how it relates directly to the freeway system and the highways and byways of these United States. Like when you out on the road. And I know Cousin Luck could relate because he out there driving trucks. So is Uncle Cord and so is John Boy. You know, Lon out there driving too. You driving this country, man. You got to obey the rules of the road, and you driving carefully. Also, you minding your own lane. You staying in your own lane, but you being very careful, not to do harm to the people around you, and not to put the people around you in danger. And the same goes in life, man. No matter what you do, yeah, you shouldn't be paying attention to other people's lane. I mean, but I forgot who said it. But it was a wise quote that goes around. They got memes all over the internet that says, the only time you should look in another man's plate is to see only if he has enough to eat, not to see if he has more than you, And that's very real. That's very truthful. And that's the same thing relating to when we making these moves in life. As I said earlier, as long as you are in motion, you stay in your lane and you pay attention to only that. If you sitting still, observing, seeing what's happening, okay, cool, I dig that. I respect it, but for the most part, when you're making your moves, don't mind what's going on around you. It's not worth watching. I promise you. If you got a goal, if your goal's big like my goals, it ain't worth watching these niggas' goals. It ain't. It's out of this universe, the type of goals that I actually have. The type of goals that I achieve will be a small percentage of the actual goals that I have. And then again, maybe not. Maybe I shall achieve all of them. Or we could take it down, and maybe I won't achieve any of them. Who cares? I'm in it for the journey. I'm in it for the legacy. You ain't gonna ever be able to say that I ain't tried. That's one thing you can't say about H.A.A.S, bro. You can't say H.A.A.S ain't shoot his fucking shot. You can't say he didn't hustle and grind it out. You can't say he didn't cover the groundwork. In other words, you can't say that boy wasn't out there on that freeway, dipping in and out of traffic, taking exits when necessary, popping back on the freeway when it's time to ride. Stayed in his own lane, mind his business. He ain't never bumped nobody. He ain't never tried to wreck nobody. He ain't never soured nobody on the way to where he's headed. He ain't never raced nobody on the way to where he's headed. All he ever said was, "You visiting, and I'm here to stay." So, all I really want to tell you right now is, as long as you stay in your own lane and don't ignore the signs, you'll be fine. But the second you start paying attention to the man to the left or right of you, you crumble and you crash. And that right there, my people, that's your double dose. We'll take a little pause for the calls right quick, and after that, we're going to be right back. Go ahead, clack out to this new Last Man Standing. Me and Mr. Ski Bell, man, that thing finna drop, man. It's getting close. I smell it. I smell it and I feel it. So it's about to drop y'all on y'all head. I want y'all to take a little TV time out and rock out to this right here. But yeah, we're going to be right back, though.
Antonio with the Why you fooling with me? I'm gonna try to chill the trouble out to get me back in 04, 05. I was ready to get busy, but I'm cooling, man, gonna move around. Cause I tell them, whoa, now, back up, and just slow down. Don't think you want this, it's showdown. If you didn't know, now you know now. It goes down. March and then step. Like we in the Navy, if you coolin', then I'm coolin'. Yeah, we coolin', frozen gravy. But hey, see, lately, witnessing hate greatly. Call them human umbrellas, cause they actin' shady. But I keep on grinding, make them out of liars. Earl shook up the earth, I'm the wind, killer fire. Make room, here we come, about to blow it scary. No tiptoe, marching like Korean military. They begging for a verse, can he spare a verse? Panhandle, military watching, blowing like a rocket Roman candle. Watch yourself, can't see, muddy water, kinda murky. We be bringing heat, tough to eat, lyrical jerky. Who got that fire? Hot boy, yeah, we be wanna try us. Holy shoes, they got cold feet. I be ski bad from the QTV. I say Mr. Ski Bad, RESPECT. I ask him why you fooling with me? I'm gonna try to chill the trouble out to get me back in 04, 05. I was ready to get busy, but I'm coolin', man, gonna move around. Cause I tell them, whoa, now, back up, and just slow down. So don't think you want this, it's showdown. If you didn't know, now you know. Now it goes down.
You don't want no smoke, I put the highs on there. We're respected and protected, I'm just go live on wax. If I said it, then I meant it. I live and die by that. Out of sight, out of mind, I grind and I relax. I shine like that. The watchers don't be liking that. They attempt to stop my success, I be surviving that. Like in that 2005, I was like, I'll be back. With the Houston, picked up the name from Mr. Drive It Back. Fast forward, older and wiser, got it all on my mind. Following course until success, but focus all of the time. Yeah, it's like 99 problems, each and all of them mine. But now one concerning y'all players, all in your mind. You might catch me in the casino, trying to collect some C-notes. Hustling like Gary V, I want it all like Al Pacino. You don't much want it with me though, drama ain't really my stilo. They flex and y'all can miss me like Shaquille shooting free throws.
Why you fooling with me? I'm gonna try to chill the trouble out to get me back in 04, 05. I was ready to get busy, but I'm coolin', man, gonna move around. Cause I tell them, whoa, now, back up, and just slow down. Don't think you want this, it's showdown. If you didn't know, now you know.
If you think I'm losing, you're stupid, man, don't be stupid. You don't want no smoke, keep playing with your little hookah. Karma coming back for rumors spreading like tumors. J's yesterday, I'm maneuvering in my Pumas. Handcuff your chick, she loving my sense of humor. She told me, I know you, we took a class at a school. Baby girl, I went to Gleno, raised my buku shooters. Running up them bands from beyond the Brazil. Universal flow, I'm coming for you, Brazil. I'm coming. D and bread, we gon' pass the Cavassier. We gon' eat off plates full of lobster steak.
Why you fooling with me? I'm gonna try to chill the trouble out to get me back in 04, 05. I was ready to get busy, but I'm cooling, man, gonna move around. Cause I tell them, whoa, now, back up, back, and just slow down. Don't think you want this and showdown. If you didn't know, now you know now. It goes down. Why you fooling with me? I'm gonna try to chill the trouble out to get me back in 04, 05. I was ready to get busy, but I'm cooling, man, gonna move around. Cause I tell them, whoa, now, back up, back, and just slow down. Don't think you want this and showdown. If you didn't know, now you know now. It goes down.
One more again, man. Black Earl, Dr. H.A.A.S, Dr. Zarters. You already know what it be like. I hope you enjoyed the double dose, bro. I mean, I know a lot of people these days, man, just not staying in their lane, bro. Just not paying attention to where they're going. Just so concerned about the next person. Like, it makes me sick, kind of. But if what I spoke about is a direct description of you or a person that you know, you gotta pull an intervention. You gotta look yourself in the mirror if it's you, and you gotta look your significant or your loved one in the face if it's them, and straight intervene. Let them know to focus on their own path, bro. All that other shit ain't real. It ain't real. It's a facade. It's fake. It's false. So, yeah, hope you got it good, man. Now, as for the next segment, bringing you into the truth pill, this one, man, this truth pill, this go around is definitely for the hustlers, man. This is for my entrepreneurs. This is for my grinders. This is for those of y'all that's, basically doing what I'm doing. Putting in big body work and trying to decide is the dream go become what you make of it or what? Like, am I gonna get it or not? So it all boils down to just the hustling 25/8. But I mean, either way, you can't waste your whole life just flushing it. Like, I don't like the job I work, but I love my dream. So I do my dream every chance I get that I'm not at the job. But there's only so many hours in a day, man. So a wise man, Gary Vaynerchuk, y'all already know. I always reference him. E.T., Tony Robbins. I really listen to these fellas the most, but he touched my heart with this one. Coming straight from Gary V, this is what he said. Which would you rather have? A long night's sleep and 16 hours of misery every day? Or a little less sleep, but 20 hours of wide awake joy? Gotta feel Gary V, man. I gotta dig that, because hustle always ain't stopping, therefore I barely sleep like I'm supposed to. Well, you know what, as of the past year or two, yeah, man, I've been trying to get my sleep in, man. My health was declining pretty fast, which he'll also preach that. If you dig any of his content, he'll tell you, he ain't telling you to miss sleep. He ain't telling you to just stay up all night. And, they got 24 hours in a day. If you sleep for 8 of them, you got 16 to go and grind. If you sleep for 6 of them, you got like 18 hours to hustle. And if you sleep about 4 hours, you got 20 hours of your day. I tend to float around the middle, I'm not the type to sleep 8 whole hours and just be ready to work. I'm actually more sluggish if I sleep, too long. But then again, I can make it on 4 hours or more. I can't really go less than 4 hours. That's when my body just ain't acting right. Like, I'll go for 3, but It usually be a pretty non-productive day. I'm usually a little sluggish, man. My body be hurting. I don't really take care of myself that well. So you go with around 6 hours, man. If you can get 5.5, 6 hours every night, that's usually the goal. And to put in the big work, but it ain't about what you do, you know. Why it ain't about how many hours you sleep. It's about what you do when you wide awake, man. Are you gonna bullshit? Just, play the game all motherfucking evening, watch Netflix and shit. Or you gonna put your mind where put your mind where your money's supposed to go. Put your money where your mouth is. You gotta hustle, man. You gotta put all your hustle to the fullest in order to get anything you're looking for. So why not start with just something that makes you tremendously happy? Like if you gonna grind it out, why not grind it out for some shit that you enjoy? For instance, man, if anybody that knows me knows that I'm a restaurant general manager at the local Pizza Hut out here in Eunice. That's not my calling, man. That's not what I was put on this earth to do. I feel like spoken word has a place for me. Whether it be rapping or singing or jumping on this microphone tonight to communicate to you through podcasts. I just feel like my speech and my voice and my spoken word and my written ability is going to be something that brings me through to, make a career out of it. Hell, I've been doing it for so long. Half of my life I've done some form of this, whether it have been the music or the writing or the speaking. Regardless, I've been doing this for a very long time. So I just feel like that's my niche. That's what I want. So I can't waste a second more doing bullshit that won't get me there. You dig? I can't play Madden all Saturday afternoon. I can't just take the trips back and forth to the mall and just splurge every weekend. Although I did do this shit this past weekend. It was very healthy. Hadn't been a while. But look, let me add my 2 cents though, yeah. I went splurge a little while Saturday morning at the mall, bought me a pair of shoes, man, a little throwback. I don't even know if niggas wearing throwbacks no more, but I will them, you dig. But anyway, right after that, immediately after that, put in a whole gang of work, man. Dropping this, a song for Last Minute Standing, Meeski Bell and Antonio. Dip from Lafayette came home. My big dog, shout out to Sunny 7 out there in O. My big dog from New Orleans, man, he called me. He was out here in Eunice visiting his mama. So, it was him, his children, his girl. So, me and my little boy shout out over there. And we kicked it with him a good little while, man. And we came back to the pad, what we did, dropped another song, you know what I'm saying? We put together a song that night. So I then went to the studio earlier already and then managed to drop a song that later on that night, which is probably the reason that the podcast is going to be pushed back. I'm sure it ain't going to make it for that weekend. But, yeah. Anyway, really what I'm trying to say is, make sure you're spending your time doing something you love to do, man. Make sure you enjoy it, because life is short, man. It's a short bitch with mood swing. So, you gotta remember how it's rocking. Anyway, go ahead and round it out today with the refill, man. Before I go ahead and give you the refill, I just want to thank you one more time, bro, for giving me your ear, man. Peeping out doctor's orders, man. We gonna keep it coming for you. But giving you your refill for the day. It's gonna come from 1 John 3 in the 18th verse. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. That one touches me once again, because love is a 4-letter word that requires thousands of actions, or thousands of emotions and feelings and motions. Love's tricky, but I guess what the good word is saying is, don't just say it, don't talk about it, be about it. Extend a helping hand and an olive branch. If you see, don't turn the other cheek, man. Do something about it. Open your mouth. Open your heart. It's real out here, man. We can't be so cold into ourselves. Whether it comes to these strangers, whether it comes to family, troubled family members, best friends, the list goes on, man. Everybody has folks in their life. They don't know exactly what, the next day go bring them. And as for all of us, we don't even know if the next day is promised. So, the best way to go about your day is to live and do the will of God and take care of your brother, man. You are your brother's keeper, man. And you gotta take care of your people. So with that being said, don't run around talking about the next man. Don't look down on the next man. The only time you should be paying attention to someone else's plate is to see if they got enough. And if they don't, reach off of your plate. Reach into your cabinet. Peel a couple of slices of bread out of your bread box. Real tough. But that's just where we at with it, man. Don't do mankind that way. Even though mankind's doing us that way. Don't do them like that. Take care of your brother, man. You gotta give all glory to God for bringing us this far, We wasn't promised this morning. We wasn't promised the birth or the at-bat, if you will, to even be on this earth. So we must reflect on that daily and continue to be better people. And with that being said, I'm going to go work on being a better person myself right away as we speak by saying thank you once again. Y'all know how to reach me already, man. Earl Nelson on Facebook, Black Girl H.A.A.S Entertainment as for the Facebook page. IG Black Girl _H.A.A.S, Snapchat Black Girl H.A.A.S all together. Twitter Black Girl H.A.A.S _ in betweens. You already know what to do, man. Thanks again. We out.